Hi, this is Mara Vlasic, one of your instructional technology coaches. Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up breakout rooms in Zoom. There's a few steps to take before you actually start your Zoom meeting. The very first step is to go to zoom.us and make sure that breakout rooms is turned on in your Zoom settings. So here I'm at zoom.us and I've logged in with my district Gmail account. And on the left-hand side, I can click on Settings. You have many Zoom settings available for you to turn on and off for your account. In order to find breakout rooms quickly, I'm going to click the Control button plus the letter F. This lets me search for a specific word on the page. So I'm going to start typing breakout rooms, and now I can see that setting. So here's my breakout room setting. I'm going to make sure that that is turned on. This will enable me to create breakout rooms in every future Zoom meeting that I host. Another important setting is to set an alternative host for your meeting if you have someone available to be an alternative host. What an alternative host can do is they can start a meeting. They can also manage breakout rooms during that meeting. If you don't want to set someone as an alternative host, you can always assign someone as a co-host during your meeting. If you would like to set someone as an alternative host ahead of time, you're going to do that under Meetings. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top of this page, and I'm going to click on Meetings. I can look at my upcoming meetings, and I have one for today at 5 o'clock. If I hover over that meeting and then I click Edit, I can edit that meeting and add an alternative host. The alternative host is at the very bottom of this page. If I click here, I can assign someone as an alternative host. If you assign someone often as an alternative host, they will show up as an option here in your drop-down menu. I would really suggest assigning an alternative host if you're hosting a large meeting, especially with colleagues or as PD, so that that person can also monitor the chat and have some of the same hosting capabilities as the host themselves. Once I've added an alternative host, I would click Save for this meeting. I'm now going to go back to my Zoom meeting. As the host in this meeting, I'm here. And as the host, I have this option for breakout rooms right here. If I click on breakout rooms, this is what I see as the host. So I only have 3 participants in this meeting, and I can choose how many rooms I create. The more participants you have, the more rooms that you can create. As you adjust the number of rooms, the amount of participants in each room will also adjust. So I can increase the room size or decrease the room size. You have the option for Zoom to automatically create those breakout rooms where it will randomly assign participants to rooms, or you can manually create those rooms yourself. I'm going to have Zoom automatically create 2 rooms, which will have 1 to 2 participants per room. One thing to note is that when I click Create Room, I'm not opening the rooms yet. So these are all settings that I'm creating behind the scenes as the host. This is why it's really helpful to have an alternative host in your meeting so that someone else can be continuing the meeting as you're setting up the breakout rooms in the background. So I'm going to click Create Rooms. And this will show me my rooms. So I have 2 participants in breakout room 1, and I have 1 participant in breakout room 2. I have a couple options. If I hover over one of the participants, I can move them to the other room or to an additional room if you had more participants in this meeting. I can also exchange them. So if I want to exchange student 2 with M. Vlasic, I can click on that and it will exchange those 2 participants. So this is telling me how many rooms I have and which participants are in each room. I have some additional options also. If I click Options here, I can check this box to move all participants into breakout rooms automatically. I could check this box if I want participants to return to the main session at any time. I can check this box and set a timer for when the breakout rooms will automatically close. This is really nice if you want to set an amount of time for your breakout rooms to be open, because all participants will see a timer at the top of the breakout room and it will count down and the rooms will close automatically. The next setting is to notify me when the time is up. So once the breakout rooms are closed, as the host, I'll get a notification. I can also select to have a countdown after closing the breakout rooms, and I can set that countdown timer for a certain number of seconds. Once you've set these options for your meeting, you can just click Options again to close that window. Again, the breakout rooms are not open yet. No one has been notified to join a breakout room. These are still settings I'm configuring behind the scenes. I also have the option to add a room here if I'd like to increase the number of breakout rooms I have and move participants into that room. Once I'm ready to send my participants into a breakout room, I click Open All Rooms. Once I've clicked Open All Rooms, students will get a notification to join a room if they're on a computer or Chromebook. Even though we check that box to automatically open the rooms, they will still need to click Join. If they're joining on their phones and they're actively on the Zoom meeting, they will automatically be put into a breakout room. If I look at my participants right now, I can see that M. Vlasic has joined breakout room number 1. Student 02 has joined breakout room number 2, but Oni Uday has not joined a room. This means that he has not clicked the join button if he's on a Chromebook or computer, or if he's on his phone, he's not actively on the Zoom meeting. If I look behind my Zoom breakout room settings, I can see that as the host, I'm still in the main meeting. As the host, I'm not assigned to a breakout room. So I am in the main meeting with any participants that have not joined a breakout room. I do have a couple options. If I hover over his video screen, I can ask him to unmute. If I click these 3 buttons, I can ask him to start his video, I can rename him, and I can do other things. I can put him in a waiting room, I can remove him from the meeting, etc. As the host, you have the option to join any of the breakout rooms by clicking on the blue Join button. When I click on the Join button, it asks me, do I want to join breakout room number 1, yes or no? So I'm going to click yes. I am now in breakout room number 1. If I look at the top of my Zoom window, I can see which room I'm in. And as the host, I still have this breakout room button down here. So I'm going to click on that, and I can still monitor what's happening in the other breakout rooms. If I'm hosting a meeting where I've opened up the breakout rooms and a participant joins the Zoom meeting late, they will be in the main session. In my breakout rooms window, I'll get a notification that student 06 is unassigned. So now I have this category of unassigned. If I hover over student 06, I can assign them to a breakout room. And they will be now placed in that breakout room, so they're not sitting in the main session by themselves to a room. Any participant that's not currently assigned to a room is still in that main meeting. So right now, Oni is still in that main meeting by himself because as the host, I'm now in breakout room number 1. I can leave breakout room number 1 and go back to the main meeting, or I can join a different room. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to leave breakout room number 1. So I can click Leave and click Yes, and it tells me that I'm returning to the main session. While the breakout rooms are open, I can always have this breakout room window open. I can also broadcast a message to all rooms. If I broadcast a message to all rooms, that message will show up at the top of each room. I can't see that message as the host, so I just have to trust that that message showed up. As the host, I check that option to notify me when the breakout room's closed. So now the breakout room time is up. I get this notification that the time is up for the 4-minute breakout room. Do you want to close all breakout rooms now? I can either close them now or I can keep them open. I can't extend the timer, but I can just leave the rooms open, and I could broadcast a message to all participants that we have a few more minutes left. Once those few minutes are over, I can then close all the rooms. I set a timer in my options to count down 10 seconds when all breakout rooms will close. On my participants window, they have a button they can press to return to the main session before that timer counts down, or they can just wait for that 10-second timer. Now all of my participants and I are back in that main session. So there are no breakout rooms currently open. If you're in a meeting and you want to have breakout rooms multiple times, but you want to mix up the rooms so that the participants are not with the same people each time, an easy way to do this is to actually open up breakout rooms and delete your current rooms. So I'm going to delete rooms 1 and 2, and then I'm going to click Recreate. This will randomly assign the participants into new rooms if I leave this on automatically. So again, I can choose how many rooms, I can estimate how many participants will be in each room, and then I can recreate those rooms. So that should mix up your participants for the second round of breakout rooms. So that's an overview of breakout rooms. It's a little tricky to show you inside of a Zoom meeting since only the host can see those breakout room options as they create the rooms. But again, having an alternative host or someone else running the meeting while you're setting up the rooms behind the scenes makes it really easy to seamlessly go from the main meeting into the breakout rooms and back. If you have any other questions about breakout rooms, please reach out to your instructional technology coach and we'd be happy to help. Thanks.